couple of follow-up questions from the retreat. And one of the questions is a clarification about spirit guides, inner being, anything we call something to explain our guidance system. And if it's all one, and if it's all us, are there really spirit guides that are outside of us, or an inner being, as Abraham refers to it? Can you clarify that for me?
And so when you're predominantly in a place of focus and measurement and seeing you as self and someone else's self, that at that place you start by not even seeing that there is more than physical aspect of you. In other words, it takes you time within your evolution, within every physical iteration, to recognize that, sometimes sooner, sometimes later, that which is the experience of self has more to it than just physical form. And then you start seeing that there is something more than you, something more than the physical aspect of you, and you start getting curious, and then you find the spirituality and the religion, and you find something that gives you some kind of answers, but you take it that it's something that it's outside of you. And whichever way you call that, the God, the source, the spirit guides, whichever way you call all of those aspects, it means that at that moment you are moving into the next layer, which is seeing that you are more than physical body, that you see that you are actually more than that, and you see that it's outside of you, something that you're hooking up to, something that you're checking in with, something that you are really interacting with or not. And then you continue moving to see that which you call inner being is you. You are this, you can call it inner self, inner love, inner God, inner divine, inner being. You are that life force embodied, expressed through the mind and the body combination, so enthralled with all of those thoughts and the emotions that you're experiencing as your tools. In other words, your body is the tool for that which is you, inner being, to express. Your mind is the tool for that which is you, inner being, to express. Your thoughts and the emotions are also the tools for you to express. And so you then start moving and seeing that which was something outside of you, something or someone that was guiding you, that is you from a different perspective. And so when you start dancing a little bit more in that place, from self to the wider you, from the self to one, you see that it's really all so interconnected. Then you see that the reflections of others are also you, because you start sensing that there is more to it than just you being physical and someone being spiritual and you having access to that which is spiritual. You can be aware of that from your perspective, or some are not so aware and they're in their own discovery of that which is their own evolution. But at all times, everyone is that 99.9999999% of a wider perspective embodied in physicality. And so when you get to go wider and the wider in that which is in the process of unfocusing through the tools that you have, you can, in a place of that which we call stillness and silence, see so much of that oneness within you that you do not only feel the one with other people or even the nature, you feel like the whole universe is in the palm of your hand. You feel like within your fingers you have the whole creation, for as at all times you are not only the creation of someone else's creating, you are the creator, you are creating, and you are creation at the same time. At all times dancing in a wider perspective. From the place of self, you have not created everything. You have been born, but from the place of one, you have access to all creation at all times, even beyond.
And so when someone refers to, say, spirit guides, and that you have different spirit guides, that's still just
their evolution in seeing that they're getting to the wider perspective. In other words, it's easier for them in the beginning to grasp that which is wider perspective is someone else, for as they have had so much focus in a danced physical question dance, that now when some of the answer starts flowing, it's easier to see that someone else is providing answers. For as in the place of physicality in your life experience, that is often the truth. Your parents are providing answers, then your teachers are providing answers, your friends are providing answers, your different specialists are providing answers. In other words, it's always someone outside that provides you with the answers that you have questions to. And we say you're just generating the questions outside on a perimeter of you, for as you cannot even be outside of you, but you go on a perimeter of you to gather the data, to formulate the questions, and you always receive those answers within you. The example that comes to mind is that Kosta, oftentimes when he would feel that he was so sick that he needed to go to see the doctor, or he wanted to get some kind of a checkup, the moment he was on a perimeter of him signing up and checking in with the doctor, at the moment he would sit to even be called, half of the symptoms would be relieved. In other words, more than half of the symptoms would just disappear. For as at that moment he knew that someone else would be taking care of them. But it's only in his own releasing of that which is resistant, is his own releasing of that which is so much focus on that question, knowing that the answers are coming. But already more than half of those answers would be there even before he would engage with the doctor to continue the question-answer dance. In other words, you might feel that it's the pill, or that it's that which is prescription, or that it's certain amount of food and everything. All of that plays the role for your physicality, but what you put behind it, where you get into your wider perspective, it is always you being imprinted in your experience about all of those aspects.